Hello the internets, welcome back to another video on Sortex stuff. I want to talk a little bit about things to keep an eye on this week because there are a few things new. A new preview my pets, the new reset as well for the Grand Treasure Hunt event, a new patch we are getting on a couple of days that was preview already in here, and I will talk about that too, and some updates on the website. So let's start with the website updates. I think those are always nice. Starting with the skill database, now you guys can decide how to customize this a little bit more. So for example, anytime you click on a skill, you can directly on the settings set up what rarity all the skills will be. For example, for me, I like seeing things, on Mythic directly because it's easier for me. Most of my skills are Mythic. If you're a spender, you might want to see everything on Immortal instead. So you can click there and all of the spells that have numbers will always show on that property directly. And then you can also decide to show or hide Chinese skills that are automatically translated and should only be used as a reference or not. Okay, so that is the first thing. That is some new settings on the website. The other thing for the interactive map, and this I want to ask you guys if it's useful or not because I'm not 100% sure. Someone was asking on Longhaven to add where the gems can spawn, because every day you can get lucky and get some gems spawns. The thing is that even though it tells you where they can spawn, it's completely random. So I'm not sure I want to leave this or not on the map, because you can go through all of this and find only one or find none. So I'm not sure if I want to leave them there. And for now, I think I'll leave it, at least for the percentage, so you can see what you can expect from all of those ores on the floor. But I'm not sure if I want to leave it because of that. This starts only on Longhaven and forward, because before that, well, there is no gems on the floor on Aqualis, right? So that's the two things for the website that I wanted to talk about. And now let's jump into the game itself directly and go over what's new and what you should be keeping an eye on. First things first is the Grand Treasure Hunt. This week, if you are a day one player, you should 100% be buying the Primal Gem. Like we always say, you don't need to keep them on top. It's fine. I do keep them on top, but you don't have to. But you want to be going for the dupes. This extra percentage you get when you ascend, it's really good. 16% on 2 stars. Then it's going to be going even higher. Same for the lucky status. Same for all of these things you can buy. It is great to actually go and buy dupes so you can get more gems long term, and the same for the lucky status, right? So you want to be grabbing the dupes for that 100%. You should be buying it and then just saving for the next one. The next one, as usual, if you guys go into the server timeline, the next one is going to be Relic. Primal Gem is the one we have right now. A Miracle Relic box you can skip and then save once again for the Lucky Idol. At least until you have them almost maxed out, it's worth to always just switch between both the Relic and the Primal Gem. I will be buying it later this week because I had saved enough for level 5, but not enough to actually buy this, which is fine because you get enough this week to actually buy it. So that's my recommendation for that specifically. Also, in case you are a light spender, there is a new pilgrimage pass that I would recommend buying as usual because you get a lot of extra resources doing the gateway keys, and as usual at level 20 you will be getting a relic. Depending on the battle pass, it will change. And even better than the relic, in my opinion, every pass at level 45 has one of those temporal crystals that, they do add up. If you have a way of consistently getting them, they do add up as time goes by. And again, all of the other extra resources you can get in here. So if you're a light spender, I recommend getting that. Now, after that, let's actually go into the patch notes because there is a few things they were teasing that are pretty nice. So let's go into notice, system, and go here. July 14 maintenance notice. This was yesterday/today. You guys can pre-download already, and there is a few things. So the first thing we're getting is the Luo Changi collab, and this is the Dimensional Resonance on July 27. So this is still, a couple weeks away, but it is a new collab. So expect the same thing, the same packs, and the same gacha as the previous collabs, as usual, right? Then we're getting 2 new visages, one called the Bamboo Breeze on July 20 and one called the Ashen Galaxy on August 10. I will be leaving a link down below so you guys can go through the Taiwanese forums where they have basically all of the cosmetics on a nice database form, right? And they have pictures for all of them. I will be leaving a link in the description down below so you guys can keep an eye on where those are. Now, the important thing that I did want to talk about here is actually the new skill chroma and primal quartet event, because this is cosmetics for your skills. which is pretty nice. Before we go into the skill chroma, there are a few more things here. Mostly is quality of life and small changes, new titles, etc. And then a lot of adjustments to skills. The skills will be updated within 1 day of its coming out, right? But the cosmetics for the skills, how does this work? So for example, if you have a normal water build and you have your water assault, there's going to be a nice cosmetic for water assault. For example, right here, as you guys can see, these right here are skill chromas, and there is going to be up to 8 of them, if I remember correctly. Now, if you want to see what the skills will be getting a chroma, of course, we do have them already. So go into the website, into the items database, click on all the tags right here, scroll down all the way to a skill skin. These are the skill chromas, okay, the chroma skills. I will change the name later to make it a little bit more easy to find, but the skill skins is fine enough, right? So for example, the one I'm gonna be going for myself is the Azure Tide, because this is for water assault, and this is exclusive as chromas. Now, I am not 100% sure how this will work in terms of getting currency or how expensive it will be and things like that. So we will be seeing that when this actual collab drops. But those are cosmetics for everything. There is 2 per class, if I remember correctly. So you will have one for Iron Fortress, one for Blast Spirit, one for the Void Blessing, which is like, nah, maybe for the Sage. You also get one for the Ember Flare, one for the Whirlwind Slash, and then lastly, one for the Iron Fortress Charm. So there is, as you guys can see, a lot of them, which is pretty nice. I'm not sure on the prices. What I do know, however, is that this first event with cosmetics will be dropping as per the patch notes right here. New skill chroma and Primal Quartet on Season 2, Day 25, on July 28th for the first batch of servers, which is us. Okay, we are the first batch of servers. So July 28th, which is in 2 weeks specifically, we will be getting these new skill chromas. Not sure, I'm praying free-to-players can also get some, and in the case that they are only paid, I'm hoping they are not omega expensive, because I'm not, spending too much money for a cosmetic on a skill when the game is already quite expensive. That said, there is nothing else. The game is so far on a good spot, I will say, when it comes to adding content. It's just like most gacha games, right? Some people are saying that the game is stale, there is nothing to do. And to me, it's like, I mean, isn't that like every single gacha in the market? Isn't that like literally every gacha after you reach endgame and you have just to maintain your account and keep progressing and getting resources? It feels like it's exactly the same, so I have no problems personally with that. But I have seen a lot of people complain, and I can understand why they are complaining. Oh, nice, Light of Thunder. So, that's it. That's everything for this video. As usual, boys, we are live every single day. You guys have the links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool, the rates, and I'll see you in the next one.